Hey, we're here. Hello. How you doing, everybody? And welcome to the show. As usual, hopefully you can see us. Hopefully you can hear us. And I hope
Please let us know
I
if you
should
can't.
turn my phone down because I just realised I was watching it live on my phone. So sorry.
You muppet. How long have we been doing this now? Oh,
Well, if I
dear.
hear it coming over now, I'll know that it's
Yeah,
on. So that's a good thing.
it's always
Um,
one and it's always you.
yeah. Oh, here we are. Week
579,
yeah, God.
that's what it feels like.
It does feel like week 579, and I don't know why. It just does. I'm just going to fiddle with Jules's hair a little bit. Bear with me.
Oh, hello.
I'm just fiddling with your
Fiddling
hair.
with my hair. There we go.
Going to get There you go. There you go. Bit
Yeah, I
better.
didn't realise I had slightly blue hair. I
No,
quite
I
liked
didn't
it,
realise
you
I
know.
had slightly blue
I
either.
could go for having blue hair.
I feel really tall tonight. Hold on. Is
You
that
do
better?
actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's my screen. Perhaps I need to
There you go. That's a bit
Like
better.
that.
Yeah, yeah. Look at the screen.
I think I had it tilted back from when I was teaching the class.
That would make sense. That would make sense. Yeah. Hello, world. Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. We don't have much to do tonight, really.
We've got a lot, so we probably ought to crack on because there's
Yeah,
lots to get
we
through
got a lot.
tonight.
We got a lot. As always, I think it's time to bring the real star of this show, the lovely Lisa, into shot,
doesn't
whether she
have blue
likes it or
hair.
not. Sorry, darling, I didn't give you much of a heads up.
Not really, I was on my phone and he's like, hey,
So
what?
was
I'm here, honest. Right, hiya.
Hello.
Hello, how's it all going? A big hello to Ed and Tracy and Sue in Cromer.
Yes,
All the way. Yeah.
in their camper van.
They're on their holidays and they're still watching us.
I know, it's cool.
Our dedication, that is.
Ed came to Canberra and we all went and had a look, and I went and had a look round. Ed is amazing. Beautifully done.
I think we need some photos.
It's better than my house.
Well, I'm sure. I know there's a shed load of photos I've seen on there, so I'm sure we'll get some photos of Ed
Brilliant.
in its current state very soon from those guys. Cool. Right then, I think it's birthdays and what's on time for my lovely.
Jill,
So it's birthday shout out time.
Right, birthday shout outs. So,
Here we go.
there we go. If you've had your birthday today on Tuesday, that was Lorraine Hart and Carlis. I would hope I'm going to get the pronunciation of this right because it's one of Pete and Jules' friends, not mine, sorry. Sventins, Kathy Watson and Michael Townsend. Wednesday, we had the lovely Rabina Tasker and Emily Louise, who I'll let Pete and Jules talk about that. Dave Catterall and David Rockov, the man himself. Today, Thursday, is Sam Sylvester. So a happy birthday for today, Sam. Hope you're having a good one. Tomorrow we have the most wonderful Heidi Ashton. You can laugh, Pete. That lady deserves a medal, not just a birthday.
She definitely does.
And a trophy and a day at the spa, the lot. And Charlie Hewson is also tomorrow, and Maggie Howell, our lovely Maggie Howell, and Pat Amarouche. Saturday we have Kirsty Turner and Fiona Mason, and then Sunday we have Adrienne Roberts, Cliff Woodger, and the one and only Mr. Timothy Beats Benson, my husband, who it won't be like going, oh, because I've mentioned him, because he's working upstairs, so he's not watching. There you go. And also, this week he's got things to do, so he's not here. I'd also like to just say it's a birthday of sorts that happened this week. Miles, his third grandchild, was born this week. So congratulations to Miles and family.
Right. What's on?
Sorry, are we now? Cool, we're straight in. What's on? We have the usuals. Don't forget that every week we have a class with Emma Wright on Sundays, and that's through Shelford and Godalming. And then there's a class on a Wednesday, which is through Mitchett, which is with Veronica Oliver. Both great. Don't miss them. Quiz with Steve, also on Wednesday. Seen loads of photos on Facebook from the quiz this week. Proper hijinks going on there. I haven't had a chance to go back and catch up with that, but I think I'm going to have to. And don't forget the Mr. classes are still available online. Have you got a... Oh, look, he's on it. Carb on it. On it, on it. Virtual Ceroc champs. You can take part in this. It's very simple. There's a solo section. There's a partnered section. You video yourself. It's very open-ended as style of dance and choice of music. I just think no profanities and no nudity was where we got to, wasn't it? But check out the event for that and get involved, have a go if you fancy it. There will be prizes, they will be sent out. And the other one that is coming up on the 26th of July is the Sunday Swingers Special. And says it all really, the most wonderful dream team for those who love a spotter swing. Go and check out their event and find out more there. I think you might have to register an interest for that one, so definitely go and check it out if you think you might be interested. And that is that.
Superb job, my darling. Superb. Oh, excuse me. I just saw a fantastic comment from Tracy saying, "So glad I fitted a 4G antenna." Well, there you go.
That was the most important part.
4G antenna. How nice. How nice. Oh, everybody's coming on. You had a good week then?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, God, dear. I've got a refurbished kitchen. Who thought?
Ooh.
Who thought that a partially broken tap and a microwave blowing up on Saturday could start such a chain of events? Had to have a plumber come in to fit the tap. I'll tell you, the excitement. First person in this house that wasn't a member of the family since March.
Yeah.
Just having the Queen come round. I was terribly excited. How's this for bizarre? Chatting to the plumber. Turns out he knows Ben Davis. Used to work with him.
No, really?
Oh, well.
Yeah. He said, what do you do? And I told him, he goes, oh, yeah, I used to work with a bloke called Ben who did something like that. I was like, oh, yeah. So, yeah, that was good. But, yeah.
I just had a thought. Normally when people come to visit, you spend ages cleaning before they get there. And nowadays you have to spend ages cleaning after they've left.
Both. Before, because I was like, keep some poor bloke climbing a grimy cupboard. So, all cupboards emptied out, thoroughly cleaned out. And, of course, yes, and then plumber leaves and everything gets cleaned again. So have a very, 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 very clean kitchen. It won't last. I cleaned the cooker. Lockdown has to be nearing a close for us all. I've cleaned my cooker.
Yeah.
She's got
I
that
think
desperate.
most people have got unbelievably clean houses and clean gardens, and even I did the driveway the other day.
Yeah, what was it, 3.5 hours or
Yeah, it
something?
took me 3.5 hours.
Cool.
Jet washing it. I hadn't done it for a couple of years. So some person came round when I was out and said, "Oh, we could do that for you, 200 odd quid or something like that." And he did us like a square metre. So I had this beautiful clean spot smack in the middle of my driveway, and I came back and I said, "What happened there?" "Oh, this chap's going round and he's doing." I said, "No, I've got a bloody jet wash." So of course, a couple of days later, I'm going, "I can't leave it like that now." So I've got to do the entire bloody driveway. So yeah. So hey ho, that was a bit of motivation I didn't expect to do.
Well, there you go. So we've all been, well, we have. About you, Jules, have you been motivated by anything unexpected this week?
Well, unexpectedly not very well, and still not very well. So apologies if I'm kind of croaking at you a little bit this week.
No.
I'm a bit snotty and a bit of a high temperature thing going on. Don't think it's anything
And I'm
sinister.
so glad I'm a
And you
long
can't catch
way
it
away.
online, so don't worry about
glad.
it.
Yeah. Oh well, bye.
Lisa's
Well,
running for
normally
the
I
hills,
get rid
Greg.
of Lisa, but that's a weird way
I'll
of
be
getting rid of
breathing
Lisa.
down the internet connection at you, Lisa. I'll
Awesome.
tell you what, there we go. Look, I'll put a mask on. That'll make you feel happier.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. How have I not got a bandana spare to hand?
Doubles as a
I
beak.
don't believe it.
Do you know,
Normally.
I carry one in my handbag as a spare face covering. So I need...
There you go. I'll use my microphone. There you go.
Jules, you all right, hon? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm still here.
Good.
Show must go on and all that.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, Laura's obviously sending you a bit of love, and Oh,
Thank
look, they're all chipping in now. They're all sending you a bit of love.
Well,
Oh, bless her.
definitely
Oh.
better soon if you start feeling manky during the show tonight. I know I'm not a big fan.
I'll be ringing you back, going, Lisa, you're on, love.
Yeah, yeah. We could have surprise guest hosts throughout the show all night tonight at this rate. So there we go. Right, okay. Well, we're going to love you and leave you for my darling. Thank you ever so much. It's been lovely as always to have you on. Might see you later. You never know. See how it goes. So say goodbye to Lisa, everybody. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Hi, Jules. We got rid of Liz. We got. Do you know what? I knew that would happen. I knew that would happen. Oh, don't believe it. Not again. Here we go. This is what I get the only reason that's I know why it happened, because I got Lisa on the call before you for a change.
Before you phoned me tonight.
Yeah, because I got Lisa up. Yeah, so oh, look at that. That makes more sense. God, what a nightmare. Now, I've just realised something a bit strange. Is the next bit is me, but I need to do two things at once because I need to make some phone calls at the same time as doing the thing.
You
so
do.
So.
Do you need me to tell them about the thing?
Shall I just put you on you and you can just chat to everybody for a minute while I make a phone call?
All right then. Well, Pete was going to tell you about the Zoom session, so I will tell you about the Zoom session. So I think most of you know by now that once the live has finished, we have a little Zoom party or a little after party. So we would love for you to come and see us and come and chat to us. We have changed the format slightly. We used to have a Zoom freestyle. We now play a little bit of music in the background and we all have a bit of a natter and a chin wag and talk about everything that's been going on this week and the show and anything else that people want to talk about. And there's usually a really dodgy karaoke session at some point as well, which is highly entertaining, but a little bit ear-splitting, which you can all come and join in on. But we'll tell you a little bit more about that. And the link to that will be posted on the Ceroc Plus Fleet page. And I believe it will also be posted on the Ceroc Plus group. So you'll be able to click on the link and come and join us in the Zoom room later on. I can see one of our lovely ladies. Oh, both of our lovely ladies are here. Fantastic. So I think are we good to go, Pete?
Yeah, we're pretty much good to go. We've got our guests. It's good. Thank you, Kirsty.
Yeah, so far, yes. Thank you to everyone who stuck with us last week when Pete lost his internet and we had to restart the live completely. We're hoping that hasn't happened again this week. We don't want a replay of that, but thank you for all sticking with us and finding the link again for the second half.
And of course, the one thing I forgot to mention, as always,
don't have control over, unfortunately.
Yeah, the best thing, of course, about this whole evening is the so drinking game. For those of you that are new, it's dead easy. If I keep saying the word so, you keep taking a drink. So by about 9 o'clock, most people should be leathered.
Pete, I think we should up the ante and start having it that anytime anyone says so, they have to take a drink.
Anyone on the even you? Okay, yep. Fair enough.
Absolutely anybody that says so.
I've just restocked my fridge. I'm good to go, and I'm off tomorrow.
There's 2 tiers of game. So those of you who who are well up for it can do the second tier. You've moved on to level ninja.
Absolutely, yeah. Play a ninja. Gail's going for it.
Gail's up for it, yeah.
Right, well, I think it's time to welcome our first guests to the show, do you not? Yeah. I'm going to see, I haven't put the names up because we don't know where they're going to be in position-wise, but let's go and say hello to our first guests. Hey, okay.
That's my background system.
Yeah, I'm going to change you around in a minute, woman, don't worry. Green screen. There we go. Hello, ladies.
I'm loving the T-shirts. I can see what you're wearing. Can you move a little bit so we can see your logos? Love it. Look at that look. Do you know what? You preempted my first question.
Really?
So for those of you who don't know our lovely ladies, we've got Lynn up the top and Natalie down below. So our lovely ladies are part of the Llamacorns. So my first question to you ladies is, tell us about the Llamacorns. How did that come about?
Oh my God. Well, I think it started when we went to Blackpool a couple of years ago, wasn't it? And we went along, and there was probably about 6 of us in a group that went to Blackpool, and then we saw a few of the squirrels there. We started to cheer each other on a bit, and we thought we probably needed to get a bit of a group together, and the team spirit is quite important for competitions. Yeah. So we were going to be the unicorns, but discovered that was taken. So we went to the next best mystical animal was a llamacorn.
Nice. And I believe that there is a llamacorn called Dave.
Yep.
Yeah. Is that Dave in the background there? Hello, Dave.
Yeah. Well, no dance group is complete without a member called Dave. So.
But this is true. So hence we have Dave the llamacorn.
Yeah.
And what's with the rainbow colour? Did you find Dave the llamacorn after you already had your logo, or was it the other way around?
Sort of happened at about the same time, actually. So I found him. He was just a normal llama, just a rainbow llama when I found him. But you know, being around us magical beings,
you've unicorned him.
Absolutely.
I feel I ought to unicorn myself in there we go. Unicorned myself. I don't know how one becomes a llama, but there we go.
We're a very open group. Anyone can join.
Fantastic. So it started off with a group of 6 of you. Roughly how many do you reckon there is in the llamacorns now?
25 or 30 maybe.
I was going to say it's got to be quite a lot now, isn't it? You've ballooned.
Yeah. We like to adopt people as well. So you know, obviously the core group is all around the sort of Surrey and Hampshire area, but frankly, anybody who wants to be a llamacorn can be a llamacorn. So it's just all about trying to have a group of friends that can support you and have fun at competitions and look after each other, really.
Excellent. So where do the llamacorns tend to compete?
This year, nowhere.
This year, nowhere at all. In our own living rooms.
Yeah, we've been regulars at Blackpool, and obviously the champs, the big champs, and the Southwest we did last year, which was really good fun, actually. That was a really great competition. I think everyone had
Welsh champs as well. And we did the Independents as well.
Yeah.
Excellent. So you get about a bit then.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
And sometimes compete as well.
Pete, you're being very quiet sat there in the background.
Yeah. So I'm just watching the comments. I like that one from Simon and Lynn.
Lynn can scream.
Oh, I have no idea.
Later, Simon. I think that's just maybe a story there.
That's just begging to be asked the question.
Well, you've got to have supporters in the crowd, and then you've got a good set of lunch. So we're curious.
I am fairly loud. I think probably we've established probably about the second loudest person in Ceroc. So yeah.
Awesome. It's always good though when you're competing to hear people screaming and shouting and egging you on. That's always good. It's always helpful.
I think that's something we brought from our ballroom competition days, because we used to compete back at university in ballroom, and that's a really kind of team spirit about the competitions there. And then on the university circuit, you're all about your club and your team when you're competing, even if you're doing it as individuals. And so cheering each other on was such a thing that we were used to when we came into like Ceroc comps. Brought a bit of it with us. It was
lovely. So have you guys known each other a long time then?
A while, yeah. Probably.
We worked it out the other day.
Just a little while, by the sounds of it.
21?
Yeah, something like 20 years.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Long time then.
Not old, but there we go.
So what categories have you guys competed in?
So we've obviously done the wonderful Ceroc X that Lynn and I competed together in.
I thought you'd competed together. I'm sure I've seen photos of that.
Yeah, so we've done a bit of that. And then, basically any other competition level that we're eligible for, we've had to go at.
Like anything and everything you can.
Yeah,
Hid in a sweet shop.
I can get into the old people's category, so I'm quite happy about that. And I think we've pretty much, whatever we can possibly get into, if it's Lucky Dip or Top Cats or anything really, we'll have a go at, so long as we qualify. So
brilliant. And how have you got on in terms of competing?
Done all right. Yeah, we've got trophies. We've got some medals.
Yeah, what have you got?
So last year we won the Ceroc X at Southwest.
Yes,
excellent. Well done.
We've got
that was you two together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good
luck,
job. He's a man. And made like some finals, a few placings across like other categories and things. But yeah, it's been good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Dancing with a Stranger.
Yeah.
We both did pretty well in that, actually, didn't we? I think I won. You came like third.
Yeah.
And intermediate.
Yeah.
Top cats. Yeah, we hit quite a few finals last year. We were very happy.
Brilliant. So many you can't remember what you got in what.
We got to the lockdown since then. I can't remember anything.
Pete, you're suspiciously quiet, my love. Would you like to ask the girls a question?
No.
I don't trust him when he's quiet. It makes me think he's up to something.
Do you guys have a fave event within that you compete in, or just like something specific? Do you have a favourite out of all the events that you guys have done?
Oh, that's quite difficult, really, because every competition's got its own vibe, and they're all really enjoyable. Yeah. The small ones are really. Southwest was a really good one, actually. Yeah. Would you say, Nat? Yeah. There's something about the London champs as well, though.
Well, is there more? If I be a bit more specific, is there a particular type of category within the champs that you love to compete in? Does that make it easier?
Ceroc X, because you tend to win.
Yeah.
That was good.
We won't be able to compete anymore, we don't think.
No, we might have passed ourselves out that one. I think for me the intermediate stuff that I was doing, see Colin's watching, hi Colin, that I was doing last year with Colin was really good because we could, over the couple of years that we were competing, we've actually seen the progression with it, and it's been quite nice to like work something and kind of gradually through the comp get better and better at it and
That is the lovely thing, I think, about competing, is it's not always just about the final thing in the competition, but the journey that you go on to get there, the practice and all the rest of it, and the progress that you make, and how much your dancing improves. It's the whole experience is really, really enjoyable. I find it is anyway.
Yeah, definitely. At least 90% about the process.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That is a big kind of cherry on top.
Fantastic. So, do you have any memorable things that have happened, or funny things that have happened to you at any of the competitions? They're giggling. That's a definite yes.
I won't name any names, but I have been in the vicinity of a dancer that did a drop and had a very unfortunate noise happen as their trousers completely split all the way.
I have a feeling this event may have been mentioned in another interview that we've done. I'm wondering if it's the same event. This poor person is now famous.
It was interesting as you're kind of going down through the drop and you hear the noise and you think, "Ah!"
Were you competing? Were you dancing at the time that happened? Yeah. That's got to be quite off-putting.
Just to go with it.
Oh dear. How about you, Lynn?
Not anything actually as bad as that. I've had a few minor costume malfunctions, but luckily.
Oh yeah. Go on. What's happened?
No, luckily nothing quite so drastic. But yeah, you do end up having some incidences where you have to hold bits on, or I think there was one. Actually, it was when we did the Ceroc X. I think I was getting changed when they called us out, and yeah, there was a bit of adjustment needed on the dance floor as I ran on.
Dare we ask?
It was generally around this area, so yeah, probably about 1 meter.
Putting things back in.
But for me, I think the most memorable thing actually is something that happened to Natalie, which was...
Go on then, dish the dirt.
It wasn't even embarrassing, it was just a massively proud moment. So about a few days before Blackpool last year, Natalie unfortunately dislocated her shoulder.
Oh, ouch.
And incredibly bad. but she still turned up to compete. And watching her go through an entire competition with her arm completely wrapped up in a sling, unable to use it, and she still placed third.
Yeah,
Brilliant. That's excellent.
Yeah.
Is it your right or your left arm?
Luckily, it was my left arm.
If it can be lucky.
So it took about 3 days for Colin to figure out how to feed with one hand and do all of our dancing with one hand. So he figured it out. So yeah, it was interesting, but I think it definitely brought the rest of you dancing up a level when you can't.
That focus has got to be there. Yeah, I've dislocated a shoulder before, but it was my right arm. And it was years and years and years ago, and there were about 3 guys who could actually lead me on my left arm. Same as you, I was turning up with my arms, strapped in. I thought, I'll give you my left.
Yeah, fine.
Not in a competition. All hail to you for that. That's hardcore.
Yeah,
he's just sat there grinning.
Yeah, I know.
It's just
I'm outnumbered.
Stop, but no.
I'm outnumbered. That's why I always know when to keep quiet.
Go on, we'll let you ask the question, Pete.
So what's quite we were doing a little bit of research into you guys a little earlier on, and one of the things that I was saying to Jules was quite surprisingly, obviously you've had different people to compete with, and as you know, our guests coming on later on the show is Simon and Emily, and I came across a picture of Simon and Natalie with trophies.
Yeah.
What was that?
We did in the independent comp. We did it was a dance with a stranger, lucky dip type thing, and you changed partners every round.
Yeah.
And I got, like the kind of the football rollover tickets. I basically was so lucky. Every round I got a different teacher. And in the final I got Simon.
Nice.
There you go. Yeah. We couldn't believe the fluke of when I was going through. I thought, hold on
Hang on a minute.
they're on the show. I was like, that is freaky. I've got the picture, but I didn't put it in, unfortunately. But here we go. Oh, look, bless him. He's blushing now. Oh, bless him. I'm sure he'll be telling us later. It was all down to you. It was all down to you. He'll be so chivalrous with it. How cool. Oh, great. So any obviously with everything that's going on with the lockdown and everything like that, any future plans to still compete in the near future? Maybe. We'll see how it goes.
About the virtual champs, would you be tempted with that?
Oh, I was thinking about it, but my solo dancing isn't that brilliant. So other than
a bit dad dancing.
Dad dancing is allowed. Dad dancing is allowed.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as Nat. Well, actually, no, worse, because she actually can look graceful when she dances at me. I just look like an utter idiot.
I've seen you dance on your own, Lynn. Don't worry.
I know.
I was at that party. I saw that.
Lynn, you've qualified to teach recently, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
So how would that affect you in terms of competing for the future?
Well, basically, what that's done is catapulted me into a category I'm really not ready for. So, yeah, if I do compete again, it will be up against people like Simon. So, yeah. I'll be the boss.
Watch out, Simon, she's coming for you.
Yeah.
The girl can lead. I've seen her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to be an interesting challenge. But funnily enough, I'd planned to not compete much this year anyway, because I knew my brain would be just too full of trying to learn how to teach.
Yeah.
But, as it happens.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh,
Who knows?
Simon's going, go for the open.
Yeah.
Open, baby. Yeah. There you go.
Do it.
Yeah. One of the things, the nice thing as well, we always have so many questions that we ask you guys and stuff like that. But if there's any of our current viewers out there that have any questions they'd like to pose to our guests, by all means, throw them in now. Only because we're just running out of things to say to them now. No, by all means. The beauty of a live interview is it's not just us that should be asking these questions. So if you guys out there have got questions for these chaps, put them in the comments now. Let's see what you've got to say, if anything at all. Otherwise, just keep drinking, because I think what's in that, Lynn? Gin?
No, just coffee.
Coffee. Oh, here we go. Andy Hill's got a question. Did Lynn knit the llama?
No. No, I bought him. Well, I bought the llama, and then the only bit that I added was I gave him the horn.
Oh, wow. Back in your box.
There you go. Question from Simon. Let's moving swiftly on. Question from Simon. What genre of music do you guys love and hate? In no particular order. I would say ladies first, but
I've got to say the blues. Blues music is where my soul sings. That makes me very happy. The kind of the slow, funky stuff. Definitely the blues stuff is what I love. Yeah. Not such a fan of disco. That's probably my Achilles heel.
Yeah, I think I'm with you with the disco.
You're not into the disco? I'm out of here.
Sorry, me.
You're not into the disco. Get out. All right. Where do I delete you? Oh, there you go.
That's it. You're banned from anything that Pete's DJing at now.
So say goodbye to Natalie, everybody, and welcome Lynn. So, Lynn, what's your favourite genre, Lynn? Think carefully about this.
I have to say I'm actually with Nat on this one. The smooth lyrical stuff is really where I'm at. For dancing to, although I will dance to pretty much anything. And in fact, I listen to pretty much anything. So when the radio is on, I used to listen to Radio 2, and you know they have those weird programs on it around like 7 o'clock, like the Organist Entertains or something. So yeah, anything from Wurlitzers and pipe organs to weird and wonderful jazz. I listen to anything.
Well, following on that, Michael's asked the question, what is your favourite track that you like to dance to?
Tone it down even further.
Yeah.
I like it.
Do you have a fave track? I know that's always a tricky one depending on your mood and stuff like that, but anything you just remember that...
Well, no, that I can't remember the name of an artist or the name of a track.
Sing the lyrics, that'll be fine.
I remember the lyrics.
Teacher, he'll know what it is.
I hear the music and I go, that one. But after a cool one to request, I'm a nightmare. I freaked out once.
Are you the sort of person that walks up to the DJ and says, it's like a Latin one with a female singer? So you mean every Latin track ever then?
I freaked out once when someone asked me for a birthday request for my birthday song at a Ceroc venue, and I said, anything by Bieber. I couldn't think of anything by Bieber, that'll do. I'm sure Lynn will think of a good one.
No, I'm useless. It's the same. So luckily on Spotify, when you hear a song you like, you can just press like, and then it remembers it. So, God, I love that feature. That's brilliant because I love it. Yeah.
Colin's asking, how many costume changes at the Southern Champs?
Too many.
Oh,
too many. Yeah. He's obviously. Who's with the costume changes? You or Colin?
Both.
Yeah, a little bit of both. Although it's probably mild changes to an outfit for Colin, whereas I have something completely different for each category I was entering. So if I'm doing a lucky dip, I'll wear a different outfit to Intermediate or to the Ceroc X stuff that Lynn and I did. We had a matching outfit, so yeah, you've got to go with your partner.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, because I don't compete, as you know, but if I did, I always thought I'm just going to change bandanas. I thought that was it. It's quick,
That's
simple,
about right for you.
absolutely
easy. There's a question from Kirsty. Pete, could you post up Kirsty's question?
Yes, silk sock, Ceroc. I'm going to get another beer.
Silk, Ceroc, or blue?
Well, it's silk for me. Silk's number 1, blue's 2. So I love Ceroc, I do. And
she says, backtracking. Oh shit, I'm a teacher now. Toe the party line.
No, genuinely, I do. I love them all, but if you want to see a point where I absolutely lose myself in a dance, it's almost always silk.
Yeah.
Because it's so expressive.
Yeah.
And then that's the different answer.
Yeah, I'm probably blues. Blues would be my number one choice. In terms of, if I'm picking a room at Canberra or something, I'll hunt down the blues room and stalk Mark and Rachel.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
I'm the same. I have to confess, I'm much more of a fan of the slower tempo stuff. Definitely.
I think it's just I don't like getting sweaty and moving too much.
I haven't mastered that yet. I still get really sweaty.
I've been in some blues rooms which is just nothing but sweat.
Well, this is true, actually. Yeah, very true. Yeah, if you're not sweating in the blues room, you ain't doing it right. Moving swiftly on.
Yeah. So, how important is the costume when competing? Good question, that, Kev. For me, it's not at all.
I think it's sort of my own confidence, which makes a difference to how I feel, which will make a difference to how I dance. I don't think it matters whether you wear like a full, like on suit thing or bangles and all, or whether you wear jeans and a t-shirt. But if you're comfortable and confident and you feel like it represents you, then you'll do all right.
Yeah, I don't think it matters as much anymore as it used to. I think if you'd have gone back maybe 10 years, you know, it was kind of essential. If you wanted to be seen as a serious competitor, you had to wear
the full-on. I remember that. Yeah.
And I think for us, because we came from that ballroom background as well, that was definitely the case. You know, if you didn't have all the gear and the fake tan and the sparkles and everything else, you would have been like, they wouldn't even look at you.
Eyelashes out here and
but nowadays, I think because Ceroc is so inclusive and everybody's got their own style and everybody brings their own style of dance and they bring their own style of fashion, I think it's just a really different place now. So, you know, you see people winning competitions wearing basically, you know, their sloppy Saturday night sack full of the teddy clothes. And you see people also, you know, dressed completely to the nines in the skin tight, high waist, you know, sparkly whole lot. So I think the only thing I would say is if you're going to wear full-on comp gear, so as in proper handmade, fully sequined stuff, then I think it's really obvious if you can't dance at a level.
all the gear and no idea.
Yeah, absolutely. So
all the gear, no idea, absolutely.
Turn up in your clothes that you're comfortable in rather than, you know.
And one thing I would add is always test your outfits out on the dance floor before you get to the champs. Because if you get to the champs and you do your star move and something rips or your hair catches in people's buttons, which has happened to me in the middle of a competition, it's a nightmare. So always test your costumes out several times first.
Yeah, and particularly like test things like spinning if you've got a skirt.
Dog
This question's not from Andy, it's actually from Lindsay because they're sharing laptops, obviously. Can you guys dance rock and roll?
Yeah, good question.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
I know what our next question will be is what are you doing on the such and such a date at the end of the month? So
we'll see you at the Sunday Swingers then.
Well, I used to do, as a kid, I used to do rock and roll. I did medals in it and stuff. And my parents are from it, love rock and roll. They do rock and roll weekenders and go away dancing all the time. So I grew up with it. And I do love a bit of rock and roll.
Excellent.
And I only know the basics, but I learnt it off Nat, so.
Oh, well, there you go. Yes. Simon's got an interesting question for you. Who's your favourite judge?
The one that scores me highest.
Hey! Boom! Do you know what? That was just going to be so obvious.
Well, I'm keeping a bit of a close eye on the time because we have got a second interview today.
We have.
But I've got one final question for you. What is your favourite thing about competing?
Gosh, yeah.
I think it is. It's hard to kind of put it into words, but I would say it's the actual whole experience of the whole day. So the atmosphere of going there with a group of friends, cheering yourselves on. I mean, it's great to walk away, you know, with a trophy or a medal or something like that. But knowing that you've danced your heart out and knowing all your friends have and the excitement and euphoria of going through that all together kind of what makes it for me.
Yeah.
It's the camaraderie and like the partnership as well. If you've been working with, like, Colin and I done together for a few years, working quite hard on competitions, and having that kind of that camaraderie with your partner as well. You're in it together. You're part of a team. If you're like with the Llamacorns or the Squirrels or the teams, actually being part of something is really quite nice.
I'm with both of you on that. I completely agree.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Oh, we're both saying fan. Hey, maybe that's a new fantastic game to drink on. Fantastic.
Compete in the fantastic for Jules. No, honestly, ladies, thank you very much for coming and chatting to us. It's been an absolute pleasure to catch up with both of you.
Yes, thank you guys. Thank you so much for coming on. If there's probably might be one or two questions still in the comments that we've not come across or haven't got round to yet, but the girls might actually answer that directly. So if you have a couple of questions, feel free. They'll be watching the feed, and I'm sure they might reply to you and let you know what's what. But again, thanks ever so much for coming on, ladies. It's been an absolute joy to have you on. We look forward to seeing you both live in the future in one form or another. Ladies and gentlemen, Lynn and Natalie, say bye-bye. Bye. Don't go anywhere. I'll sort you out in a second. I'm just going to go back to me and Jules, all right? Got to explain the technical stuff as you go.
He'll kick you off the call in a second.
Right, I'm going to let Jules natter while I just say bye-bye to these guys. Bye.
Okay, so what have we got coming up? We've got an interview a little bit later on with the lovely Simon Rich, who's been making comments in the comments section as well. Oh, hello, I've got a blue weird stripe in front of me. That's going to be fun.
I'll sort that out.
And Emily Louise is coming on as well. His dance partner. Oh, there we go. He sorted me out now. So those guys are coming on very soon. Before that, I believe we've got a couple of things coming up. You're going to do the introduce the captions to vote for.
I certainly am, and that's exactly what I was going to do.
We've got our Short Shines video coming up in a moment, and also we need to set you your teaser as well. We haven't set that one for you. So a couple of things to do before we bring on Simon and Emily.
So this week's current caption competition. Put my teeth back in. This week's current caption competition was Muggins and the lovely Lisa. Were stitched up by Jules, and this is going from a night where we did a charity fundraiser, I think, and we were doing DWAS and all sorts, and we were comparing and judging throughout the show, throughout the evening I should say. So that's what we got. Now the way it works, for those of you that don't know, we have three I'm going to bring them up now, 3 potential captions that are the winners. So we've got Andrew White, keep your hands still Pete, hold on, I better move that so I can read it properly. Keep your hands still Pete, you're tickling my belly button, not Betty button, belly button. Maria Stanford's here again. Wow,
right.
Unbelievable.
Well, choose from about a million of those.
Yeah, and we are calling this the Maria Stanford Caption Competition Show. Well, the smile on his face said it all. He couldn't find what he was looking for, but he had fun searching. I'm saying nothing. And Andrew Nash, Lisa is thinking, I hope that's a chocolate bar in his pocket. Well, there you go. Let's go. Now, the way this works is, in a moment, very shortly, I shall be posting a link into the notes, into the comments, and I shall pin it, so it will be visible at the bottom of the comments. And you guys can click on that link, and you can go vote on who you think is the best of the 3, and that's how we're going to do it. I'm not going to put it there now. It's going to be coming very shortly in the background when I'm doing other things, so have a think on. These are your 3 captions, and this is the current picture. Okay, and a little later on we'll go into next week's caption competition. Why do we pick such stupid things to try and say? I don't know.
It's your beer fridge. You know, he's gone ahead and he's got himself this beer fridge, and it's the beginning of the end.
Let me just clarify. So we did the fundraiser, which had nothing to do with the beer fridge. Let me make it quite clear.
Honestly, promise you that had nothing to do with
I got paid. I got paid a little bonus at work, which was totally unexpected, and I decided to invest it. So I invested in the beer fridge I'd said I'd always wanted, and I have one, and it's like all of 2 feet away from me. I'm literally, my hand is on it now. My hand is on the beer fridge, folks, and it's full. So I'm ready to rock and roll. Anyway, shall we do the shines class, and then whilst that's going on, I'll sort out the teaser voting, so you can get on with that.
Okay.
Right, I've got to find the classes now. Oh yes, we have got a class. Here is this week's Ceroc's shines class with. I've got to stop drinking.
Hi guys, so another shines class for you today. So we're going to start with a couple of turns. I'm going to use a mambo step to prep for the turn. So we're going to step back on the right, and a mambo forwards on the right, and we're going to use that to push backwards to turn in a clockwise direction. So pushing off to turn. So I'm stepping my turns as you go around. It's entirely up to you. You can step or you can spin on one foot. I'll leave that up to you. From here I'm then going to step back on the right. I'm going to mambo again, forwards and back, and then I'm going to use that back step to turn back the other way clockwise, so my weight is on my left. I'm spinning all the way back round and back in. And again, you can step your turns or spin your turns. I'll leave it up to you. If you're on carpet, I'd recommend stepping your turns to save your ankles and your knees. So let's do that one more time. So we're back, mambo forwards to prep, we're turning. I'm stepping my turns if you want to watch my footwork. Stepping back, I'm going to mambo again, and then turning all the way around and back to finish. So that's your first move. The second move, we're going to do a ronde. So starting with that step back, take a step forwards, place the weight onto the right foot. We're going to do a half turn. So your right knee is bent, and you're drawing a little circle with your left foot on the floor. So if you don't bend your knee, your circle's not going to be very big. So you have to bend the knee so you can extend the leg out to the side, and as you pivot round, that draws a little circle. It's much easier to do it at speed than it is to do it slowly. Then bring the foot in, replace your weight, step back on the right, and then you can do the whole thing again. So we step, pop the weight on the right, bend the knee, take the foot out to the side, draw that circle right the way round, bring the foot back in, and step back. So I'll show you that at speed. It's a little bit easier to do it with the momentum carries you round. It's harder to do when you're slow. So we step back, weight on the right, and ronde. Foot in, step back, weight on the right, ronde, and around. And the third one is a recap move. So we've been asked to do a bit of repetition. So this is a recap move of one that we did a few weeks ago. So it's a rock and walk. So we rock back on the right, transfer the weight onto the left, and we're going to walk, rock forwards onto the right, transfer the weight on the left, walk. So we rock and walk, rock and walk. Do it one more time, rock and walk, rock and walk. Hope you can see me disappearing off behind the wardrobe there. All right, so all three moves together. So starting with our mambo and turns. So mambo, mambo and turn, mambo, mambo, mambo and turn. We're into our rondes, and another ronde, and then rock and walk, reverse, and there you have it. So there's your shines. As always, you'll recognise parts of that footwork in our intermediate class for the second class for today's session. I'll bring you on screen.
Hello, we're back in mid-conversation with our next guest, believe it or not.
Of course, was chatting as we came back.
Yeah, I didn't realise we had such a short amount of time to get these guys on. It was so funny because I just thought normally it takes us about 5 minutes or so. I'm thinking, crikey, it's only 3 minutes, that shines class. So yeah, so that's cool. So lovely to see that people are voting as we speak on the capture competition. Voting is open, so that's cool. Thank you ever so much.
Kirsty.
Yeah, that's lovely. Right, cool. Right, now time to introduce our next guests, and for these guests, because they're special guests. Sorry, girls, but I did knock up a little promo. What's Jules? Yeah, let's do the teaser.
You need to give them time to answer the teaser. So
let's do the teaser.
Give the teaser, and then they can solve it whilst we're doing the interview. There we go. Okay, so your teaser, your anagram this week, and unsurprisingly, this was one that Pete came up with. Bold lube root. There we go. Bold lube root is your anagram, is your teaser for this week. So jot that one down. Bold lube root. Lisa, if you're listening, if you can type that into the comments so people can still see it when we come off the screen. So as ever, it is something related to dancing. So that will give you a little bit of a hint.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Now we'll get round to our guest. Anyway. So yes, as I was saying, sorry, ladies, we've done a little promo to show our next guests, Simon and Emily, in action. Now, it might look a little weird purely on the basis there's no sound. So don't panic. It's obviously because of copyright issues. So we're going to give you a little snippet, and we will be posting the link to the YouTube at the whole thing, so you can go and see it at your leisure. It's really cool.
Tell them during the clip, and then they're not sitting there in silence.
Yes, I could do that, couldn't I? Right. Where the hell have I put it?
Over there.
Oh my God, where's it
At the
gone?
bottom of your beer fridge, Pete. That's where you put it.
Oh no, hold on a second.
What have you done?
Did I not name it? It could be this one. Hold on. Yes, I found the right one. I'm not muted, but you are. So I'm doing slight narration over this. So as you can see, I should hum along. I wonder if I can do a dun 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 dun. I could do it in time. I should have done this rehearsed. Anyway, as you can see, as it explains, you can see the full routine in its glory, and we'll do this. So hopefully in a second we shall be meeting them in person. Ta-da! Ta-da! Oh, nearly kicked him in the head. Hello! Oh, it's not right. First of all, it's not Lynn and it's not Natalie. Hello, guys.
Definitely not Lynn and Natalie, no.
Right, okay. Simon and Emily.
Hi, guys. How are you doing?
I like your choice of music.
Hi. Oh, dear. Who let him have a beer fridge? Whose idea was that?
There we go.
Thank you, guys, for coming on and doing this. Much appreciated. Lovely to sit down with us. Thank you. So for anybody who wasn't kind of following what Pete was blithering on about a minute ago, that little snippet is part of a full performance that is available on YouTube. So I will post the link later on our Ceroc Plus Fleet page. Can't unfortunately play the whole thing with music because we get caught up with the music copyright issues. So we will post the link so you can go and have a little look later on and see them in their full glory, because it is a fantastic routine. So definitely worth going and checking that out. Pete, what are you doing?
I was just checking the green screen. I have to ask: is somebody eating, or is it just me? I'm hearing a weird chomping noise in the background. I wasn't sure what it was. Is it your dogs?
No, they're in the other room.
Okay, fair enough. It's all right. I just thought, is it me? There you go. Anyway, hello. Sorry, I was just trying to sort out all the technical stuff in the background and balance things off. So, right, cool. I haven't got my questions up in front of me, so I'm going to let you go first.
That's always helpful. Well, I was going to start by asking what categories you've competed in, but Simon, I think looking at your list that you sent through to us earlier, it would probably be easier to ask you what categories you haven't competed in over the years. So maybe what might be easier to ask you what you've competed in together.
Yeah, go on then. After you.
So we've done open, showcase.
Yeah.
We've even got top once or twice. Am I missing anything, Simon?
Oh, are we
Mainly,
yeah.
showcase.
We're losing your sound a little bit, I think.
Yeah,
Emily.
we're losing your sound a little bit, Emily, my love.
I think that could be the interference, Pete, that you're hearing is could be from Emily's sound.
Right. Oh, you're still there.
I'll go see if I can just bear with me.
Oh, there you go.
We'll go on.
Can I ping that across to Simon while Emily's
yes.
with him on her phone?
Yeah,
so I caught a showcase in that. I think she said, did she say open as well?
Yeah, so we did showcase mainly, was sort of like our major thing, and we did open together, and there's sort of like the Top Cats, which is where you mix your open partners as well. So we competed for nearly a season and a half together, which is really weird because obviously we live at two different ends of the country as well.
I didn't realise that.
4M probably did about 400 miles a weekend.
Wow.
To come and work out on showcases and stuff. So she really put the effort in to get that showcase up and going. Very proud of it.
That's amazing. So if you live so far apart, how did you end up working together?
So I think what happened is Em is an amazing contemporary dancer, and my background is sort of ballet contemporary, and it was up in Scotland or somewhere like that. We danced together and we just literally clicked.
Yeah.
And, I think because we had both sort of that contemporary background.
Yeah.
You know, we just came up with the idea, hey, do you fancy doing a showcase, and let's make it completely out there, true on contemporary, and very proud of the piece. I think Emily was amazing in it, and we did very well. We did very well with that showcase.
It was fantastic. You guys came and did that one at Fleet for us. It was brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed watching that.
Yeah, that's part of the hardest thing. You put a showcase together, and normally you're practicing in a very small hall or a smaller space.
Yeah.
And like Blackpool's sort of the first of the competitions on the circuit, and the place is ginormous, and you've got to try and
fill that space
that you've made so small.
Yeah.
And thank you for you guys. I think Ceroc Fleet and I think Ceroc Oxford. I can't remember who else, Emily. There was a couple who helped us out, right? Who allowed us just to go and perform and spread out. Go on, Em.
Sorry, can you hear me now with my little...
That's a bit better, yeah.
Yes, you sound a bit better. Every now and then there's a bit of a weird noise, but we'll manage. We'll get through. This show wouldn't be this show without some technical glitches.
Honestly, you'd think I'd be really good with like technology, and I'm just not.
That's okay. It's fine. We'll muddle through. I was going to say, what are the challenges you faced with showcases? So never mind the technology. So doing the showcases over time, have you had some serious challenges?
Distance sounds like quite a big challenge.
Yeah.
Distance was, and within our first, I think within our first couple of practice sessions, we actually had an injury. So I ended up going home on the training slippers because we clashed. And Simon blames me, and it's always all my fault, but it wasn't. It was Simon's fault. But we had an injury, and I got a really swollen foot, and we had a whole big drama because I couldn't walk on it, couldn't get on the train in my shoes. The guy at the train station had to walk me to the train. So I went down to Reading to practice for a weekend. On the first day, hurt myself, so I spent the whole time watching Simon dance instead of doing it myself.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be frustrating.
It was really bad.
Yeah, especially because you got to travel so far. I imagine that limits how much time you can actually spend together rehearsing.
Yeah. It's even worse when you travel like because obviously I'm in Middlesbrough, so I'm 4 hours on the train. Going down there to find the first day you start practicing that you're injured, and then have to stay there until you're trained the next couple of days.
Oh,
it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
But in another way, it was really good because, with previous partners, you elongate the choreography over nearly 6 months to a year of thing and changing. And because Em and I live so far apart, I think we probably finished it in 3 weekends, right? If you put the whole thing together, I think we had it like 6 days. We had the whole thing.
Wow.
Because you're there for the weekend. It's like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we were dancing 8, 9, 10
solid hours. Yeah.
Lots of arguments. I mean, it was.
Always is with creative endeavours.
And
Pete and I have never argued.
Not once.
and that's
Me and Simon have never argued. We were always really nice to each other.
and I think also that was the really nice thing with Em is she was very strong. So she had her own choreographic motifs or ideas.
Yeah.
And really nice to put that together. Where normally I've been the main choreographer, and it's really to have someone who's sort of really strong and says, "No, I want this," and fighting for that bit. And I think that really showed in our dance as well, because I was very uncomfortable in certain bits, and I think Em, you could probably say the same in other bits, right? And I think that
it
really pushed us. I think
it pushes you beyond your comfort zone.
Yeah, let us get to know each other a bit more as well as people, as well, not just through dancing. So it was really nice. Like me and Sam didn't know each other before we started dance together, before we clicked at that competition. Yeah. And it was really nice to kind of get to know each other as people as well as dancers, and it just made our little bit of like dance connection stronger as well.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Well, the questions have started coming in, which is really nice. So we don't have to ask all these questions. And Andy Hill has asked the first question. So I'm just going to put him up here so he's out of the way. He says, what is the creative path? Do you both feed in, or do one of you come up with a skeleton idea?
Who wants to go first? Do you want to go first, Em? Or
yeah, I think in the beginning, because we both didn't know how each other danced. Obviously, we've only had videos of YouTube or from competitions and things. Contemporary wise, it was more of, right, let's just put some music on and just move to it. So we literally just in the studio together side by side kind of moved to the music and seeing what our bodies kind of came up with just on the spot. It's called improvisation. And then we just take little motifs and little things out of what we'd created and kind of blended them together to see how they matched up.
Cool.
Yeah, and I think it's really weird because I think when I first started doing showcases, I used to start at the start and then build from start to finish. And it seems like a very logical way to put it together, but that can take you 2 or 3 years if you start at the beginning and go through. And I think what's really nice is Emily had already got that sort of understanding of just putting a motif together, and it didn't really matter where in the music or what the music was. We didn't even have a song, right? We just started movements and then went, that looked really cool what you just did, and then find if we could mirror or play in pas de deux or in solo, to then bring that together. And I think we probably went through, I don't know, 5 tracks or 6 tracks before we got to this one, right?
Yeah, we literally every single song we think of we had a look at. There was all sorts from like Lewis Capaldi to some more up-tempo kind of music, and we thought, do we want to go slow or do we want to go fast? But we just kind of, it was whatever in the moment our bodies moved best to, and we always kept coming back to that one track that we actually used for our showcase.
Yeah. So you were kind of drawn back to that one.
Yeah, we kind of kept moving on and using other bits of music, and then thought, no, we actually really liked the way our bodies were moving in the moment to that music, and then we just stuck with it.
And it developed. Actually, what you showed there was Blackpool, which was like the beginning, and I think by the time we'd finished the season, if you put the 2 videos together, they're actually completely different, because we changed it. We went, I don't quite like that bit, or the judges didn't get that bit, or the storyline didn't come across, or the audience felt a motive that was different, or we struggled in getting together or staying in canon or something. So we adapted all the way through, and I think it was the Ceroc champs. They suddenly said, it has to be 4 minutes long. Sorry.
Yeah.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
3 minutes. And the original was, I think it was maybe 5.5 minutes.
Wow.
And I found out, 4 days beforehand?
Yeah. I remember when you came to perform for us, you just started trying to kind of chop it and amalgamate it and shorten it. And I think when you performed for us was one of the first times that you danced such a short version of your routine.
Yeah, and credit to Em. I mean, I think we just adapted and changed whenever we needed to, and very honestly, very, very proud of that piece. It's a very emotional piece.
Ceroc Champs was hard. Ceroc Champs was hard because we got told we had to cut our music down, but we didn't actually get together to practice it beforehand. So it was more of me and Simon chatting online, saying, "Oh, we're just going to do this, so this is what we're going to do, and then this is what we're going to do." So then,
that must be
just
really
literally a couple of hours beforehand, okay, let's have a quick run through on the floor. That's it, done. We had to just kind of get on the floor and do it.
Yeah.
Which is so scary.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, the nice thing is you've answered 2 questions we were going to ask that we didn't have to ask, because you've answered them as we went, which was, one was about how you choose the music, and obviously you've explained on that. And I know Jules was going to ask about the champs thing and the this whole losing a minute or minute and a half and how that was. So that's cool. Lindsay Bennett posted a question which I'm quite intrigued by. She says, Emily featured in a beautiful music video. Can she tell us about it?
That then?
Is this a wind up, or is this a genuine thing?
No, this is genuine. It might shock you, but our lovely friend Chris Whitehouse, obviously, as you know, he's his music and he's a music producer and all the rest of it. He, way back when he first started, I think it was when he first started anyway, he asked me if I wouldn't mind being in one of his music videos for one of his tracks. So that was we just danced to Ceroc. We just danced Ceroc in it, and it was really lovely.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
So it was called Stag. It's Chris Whitehouse Excursion, and it's called Stargaze.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Lindsay, you asked the question. See if you can find a clip and post the link for us. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Question from Michael: how do you guys balance work with preparing to enter a competition? That's quite a good question.
Yeah, we don't.
We don't.
We don't.
I think it's probably quite good that we both work. We work normal our jobs, if that makes sense. We don't have to work on a weekend a lot, apart from Simon's job, obviously, is a lot more demanding than mine. But usually we'd have work during the week, and then weekends would be free for us to do what we wanted, basically, with dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
But Simon has a daughter as well, so that also kind of comes into the mix of things.
Do you know what? It's tough
because,
like, you gotta, as you know, as a DJ, you gotta edit the music. You gotta.
Yeah.
There's so much preparation other than just the dance, and then notating it, and just so that we can come back to it and change little bits and pieces.
Yeah.
So honestly, I think as I've got more mature, I've managed to balance a little bit more. I think when I first started doing showcases, it definitely affected work. I mean, yeah. By the way, you hate the song by the end. There is.
Oh
no,
yeah.
Yeah.
Never do a performance to your favourite song, because you will end up hating it.
Oh yeah. Wherever you hear it. Yeah.
It's worse if you go to a freestyle and then a DJ plays a showcase song. It's just like the worst thing, because you just can't dance to it, because all you can see is your choreography.
Yeah. Absolutely. I was a bit click happy there. Sorry, Natalie. I was a bit click happy. But Natalie says, do you still feel nervous in a showcase with all the eyes on you, or is it just part of the fun?
Go on then.
Personally, I've danced my whole life. My degree is dancing. My whole life has been dancing. I still am a nervous wreck before I go on anywhere. My whole body shakes. Simon will tell you this as well. I am literally a nervous wreck before I go on, and then I go on and the adrenaline just takes over. It's the initial. You still get nervous every single time about going on, about what people think of you, whether your dancing looks good enough, whether your choreography is technical enough for those technical dancers who are watching. Like I know Ceroc champs letting him stand watch the showcase beforehand. I was completely a nervous wreck thinking a really technical trained dancer was watching me, and you just literally shake so much beforehand.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah.
You know, so again, quite a few dance partners, and I think the girls always say they're nervous and they show their nerves. All the guys that I know, like Mevans and Matt Blaine and Deej and Echo, we chat about nerves. I don't know if you remember him, a guy called Phil Webb from years ago, and Victor. We've all spoken about that nerves, and we almost have to not show any nerves because our partner is so nervous.
Right. Yeah.
And you sort of use those nerves as it comes out in adrenaline in guys and nerves in the ladies. And what happens? The adrenaline in the guys makes you go faster than the choreography. So you have to work on keeping your adrenaline down and saying to your partner, like saying to Em, "You're amazing. You've got this. You're so on it." And in the back of your head, you're thinking, "Oh my God, this is just going to go." You know, "Oh, I'm so worried. I'm so worried. I'm so worried." But you can't. You don't show any of that, and you're like super clean on your looks.
It's funny you say that it makes you go faster. The same thing happens with music. With being a musician, the amount of times you practice and you rehearse, and in rehearsal everyone's playing at exactly the right tempo. The minute you get on stage, they're all playing too fast. So what happened? And I think you're absolutely right. I think it's that adrenaline. It speeds everything up. I totally get where you're at with that.
Yeah, that's good. There's a nice question that's come in here from Michael. What advice would you guys give to dancers who want to enter the champs for the first time?
Lovely question.
Go on, Simon.
Okay. So, look, I think there are two reasons you enter the champs. First one is because you want to know where you stand. Like, it gives you a judgment call of where you sit, and you want some sort of sign off of what you're doing. The second part, which I think is far more important, is you want to go and have fun. You want to be inspired. You want to be surrounded by people who are your peers, who are better or not as good as you, but it doesn't matter. I think the first thing, if it's your first competition, is go there, have fun, enjoy the day, smile and be happy that you're just putting yourself out there. That first step is the hardest step, and I think, like Em said, you know, that thing of feeling you're being judged, you either love it or hate it. It's like a Marmite moment, right?
Yeah.
And some people really love that whole thing of being judged, and it really gives them a boost. Some people really hate it. So I think if you could go with two mindsets of just seeing how you fit in the competition, but more importantly, having fun, as Nat and Lynn were saying earlier, the friendships you form there last you for the rest of your life. You know, there are people that I've met along my way who are my best friends and will never leave my side. They don't dance anymore, but I mean, I met them at competitions. I competed against them at competitions. They beat me. Damn it. I beat them. But it's that camaraderie, and until you experience it, it's really hard to verbalize. But it is an amazing experience.
Cool.
The only thing I would say probably is go in with no expectations.
Yeah.
Go in knowing in your own head and in yourself that you're going to have fun, and just to put yourself out there and put yourself in a completely new environment. But go in with no expectations, just the expectation that you want to have a good time, and that's it.
Yeah,
cool.
Anyone who writes, "I don't think I'm good enough to compete," because I just saw Andy White write that. Dude, I promise, everyone is good enough to compete. It is literally just go out there and have fun. You'll be surprised just how
Sorry, there's a question just popped up. I can't believe. Has she been a cheeky minx? I'm going to put it up. That's just cheeky. I don't know if that's Lindsay or Andy Hill, but I think that's just absolute disgraceful question. Disgraceful.
The question is he going to answer?
Can someone read it? I can't see it.
How old are you, Simon?
How old are you, Simon, is the question.
At least 40 years older than me.
I don't think you age, Simon. You look the same as the first time I saw you.
So my first competition was 2003, and I'm 21 now.
Yes.
Emily seems to think you're 54, but who knows?
How are you, Simon?
Yeah.
I'm joking.
And by the way, congratulations, Emily, because it was weird. We were going through the birthday list at the start of the night, and we went, hold on, is that the same Emily Louise who's coming on the show tonight? And they went, yeah, so it was Emily's birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, dear.
Thank you.
Did you have a good one?
I had a lovely time.
What did you get up to for your birthday?
I had a lovely socially distanced drink in the pub.
Nice.
I say socially distanced and a lovely drink. What I mean was I went to get really, really drunk and celebrate in style.
Good for you.
Got to be done.
Good for you. There was a question earlier on. I missed it, and I wasn't ignoring it. I just missed it.
Now, aren't you? I can see you scrolling.
Oh, I know. Oh, it was this big one. So the question was, do you ever have to move away from a piece because you can't decide on how it's going, and then how do you move it forward so you can clear your heads and come back to it fresh? So yeah, interesting question from Madam downstairs, taking away my internet.
Do we ever have to move away?
Yeah, so do you find that if you're halfway through a piece and you think it just isn't working, do you just drop it and go, or?
Right, so I think that depends on where you are in how much choreography you've done. Like I say, at the beginning, when I first started doing showcases and stuff, you start at the beginning and you work your way to the end. And there's always a piece in a song where you think, hang on, there is nothing I can do, or nothing I seem to do fits this bit. And I think if you can work on creating little segments together and then finding ways to slot those together, and probably having a lot more than you'll ever need, and that helps you with those sections. I think there was definitely times where Emily and I sort of had to let's leave that, and we just sort of stood there for 8 counts and then carried on for something else, right, Em? I mean, there was definitely those types.
Yeah.
And it's funny, every song has 1, 2, 10 of those types of moments in it, and it can be a killer. I've watched a lot of couples who said they were going to do a showcase who then never got to the end of doing a showcase because they were struggling with an 8 count or a 16 count segment and couldn't resolve it, and it ended up 2 years to resolve this 16 counts, where if they'd have got to the end, then there'd have been something else they could have filled it in with. And it is tough, I think every song has that moment in it. I know Lindsay's watching, when you're doing teams and stuff like that, exactly the same with teams as showcases. You're always choreographing around, and there's a certain section in the music that just doesn't make sense, or it just doesn't feel like that bit is good enough for that bit of music. But again, just work on the whole thing, finish the whole thing, and then come back and scrub and make something better. What do you think, Ed?
Yeah. Obviously, when we did ours, we had a lot of moments where we thought, or are we sure? So we just video it and put it kind of on the back burner for a little while. So we'd always just keep going back to it. And even if we did kind of recorded 30 seconds of something, it would always be like a 5-second part that we could add to something else. So nothing was ever scrapped as such. It was more used or manipulated to create something new.
Yeah.
And we've lost your sound again.
Well, we lost your sound for a second there, Emily, I'm afraid.
How much did you get?
Oh, there you're back now.
again now.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
It's that terrible technology.
I know. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
It's just probably my fault because I'm using my phone instead of the
That's
laptop.
right. You're suffering from a Mark Kerr, as we say in the industry. That's all it is.
A Mark Kerr moment.
Yeah, you're having a Mark Kerr moment. That's fine. We've had plenty of Mark Kerr moments since we saw him.
That I've covered most anyway, to be honest.
Cool.
Sorry, I keep flashing. I've got my camera bottoms on at the bottom half. You know, like a lockdown half ahead scenario. So keep flashing my Disney pajama bottoms. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Not a
He's
problem.
not wearing any.
What's that? I'm not wearing any what?
She said she's flashing her pajama bottoms. I said, you're not wearing any.
Oh yeah. Basically, I'm naked from the waist down, because my beer fridge is lovely and cool. So there you go.
I think we've got another question from Natalie.
Yeah, I just saw it now. So Natalie asks, quite a long one again. What's the style of music that comes up in an open round that you dread? Ooh. And equally, what style of music makes your heart sing? So she chips in with that rock and roll style. Simon and I danced was a blast.
Yeah, I hate rock and roll.
Yay!
She didn't show. She didn't realise.
Sorry, Lindsay. No, look, I think for me, definitely in the open, it's when the music. There's this thing of definitely as an open dancer, you want to show everything that you can do. You want to entertain. You want to show the best technique, and etc. etc. And there's been a couple of years of where the music seems to go really, really fast, like it's trying to test the open dancer of how fast they can go.
Yeah, I've seen that happen actually. Yeah.
And it's like it's really hard for us to then perform because all you're trying to do is keep up and keep
up.
You know? So that my dread is when like a really fast track comes on and you're thinking, how can I show my partner off? How can I make this a show that everyone's going to watch and go, wow, that was, you know, it should be inspiring, or you know, they heard something in the music that was really nice. Because as a guy, you're trying to think like 4 or 5 phrases in front of what was assembled together and make it nice. So that's my dread, the really fast stuff. Go on, Em.
Yeah, mine is just pure swing. Anyone who knows me will look at me in a competition and go, Emily cannot dance swing, and she hates every single moment of it. So those people who are doing competitions and organising them, and me being in the open, giving me really, really, really fast swing tracks, will go, haha, she hates this.
You know what's going to happen next time you
compete?
Yeah,
next time you compete, they're going to know.
You'll be just going, you bastards! You're giving our secrets away.
Yeah.
Let's wind Emily up.
Yeah.
I think the hardest thing for us as a pair of contemporary dancers dancing open is not like every track contemporary dance. That was always the hardest. Yeah. You know, I mean, just as the heart is in contemporary, and it's really interesting. You know, in the open, we all have all the couples have really strong genres in different fields, and it's lovely to watch. I don't know how judges judge it, to be honest, because we are all so vastly polarizing in different ways. I guess we're quite Marmite, some of us as well. And it's really interesting, and I love watching my peers and my friends dance as well. So.
Yeah, cool.
Question from Andrew White there, Pete. Have you spotted that one?
Oh yes, sorry. What's the best category to enter in when you're competing for the first time?
Open.
The open. There you go. There you go. Problem sorted. Open. I'm sure there's plenty. I'm just thinking ahead now. With
Ceroc X is quite a good one if they're still doing the Ceroc X. That's quite a useful one because you've got your, you know what the moves are going to be, you know what the music's going to be. There's no surprises there. So in terms of your confidence, that you know, that takes a lot of the kind of anxiety away.
Yeah.
You know what you're going to be dealing with. So that's what I would recommend. How about you guys?
Maybe Lucky Dip as well.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Especially for those people who don't tend to dance outside of their circle, or those, some people feel really intimidated to ask the people they might not always dance with to dance, and that's also an opportunity to give people the chance to dance with somebody they may never have got to dance with before.
Yeah, and also if you haven't got a dance partner, that's a great one to enter, because you don't need a dance partner for that.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you reckon?
I don't know about beginners, but I would always suggest people to do things like top cats and stuff like that, because if you dance with better dancers, they should be generous enough to raise you and give you experience of being in a competition, and you know how to present and how to open out and when to slow down and when to breathe, and being encouraging. So I think that's always a really nice thing if you can enter that as well. Maybe not as a beginner, but as definitely as a new competition person. I would always suggest that, because most of the better dancers are very giving. You know, they want you to succeed. We never want really people to fail. We just want you all to succeed, because the more people at a competition, the nicer it is, the more there is.
The more buzz you've got as well.
Yeah. Buzz. Absolutely. Absolutely. I remember when...
Just speaking from... Oh, sorry.
Go on.
I think I'm lagging. I think I'm a couple of minutes behind, or a couple of seconds behind everyone else. But I just wanted to say, from my own experience, up until dancing with Simon, I didn't have a partner as such. So my whole competition experience has been top cat and Lucky Dip, until kind of on the spot dancing with somebody who hasn't got a partner at the time. So my whole competition experience was relying on myself to do top cats and Lucky Dip. So the competition side, you always want to be able to rely on yourself and know that you're okay within yourself. Always do the top cats and the Lucky Dip.
Cool.
Excellent.
Right. Have you got one last one as we're running?
I was going to say, I'm going to throw the same question to you guys as I did to Lynn and Natalie. What is your favourite thing about competing?
Ooh.
Mine is just the social aspect. So it's not even to do with the dancing, really. It's all about who's there and the people who you get to connect with all over the country. Obviously, I'm from Middlesbrough, and there's not many people. I travel all over the country to go to these things, but literally just to meet up with groups of people and create bonds with people and make other friendships, be part of a group and a part of a social event, and the dancing comes after. So for me personally, it's all about the social, the chatting, the getting to know the people, other people's backgrounds, the way other people live. Like, to me, it's all about making friendships and connections with people, and then the dancing comes later.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, I'll be honest. So,
he's been drinking.
This is about winning. I'm the worst loser in the whole wide world. Like, I am. If I don't get first, I'm out the door. I'm like packing my stuff up and I'm out the door. I'm the worst loser. So for me, it's about winning, and like there's quite a few people on here that I've competed with. I want to battle. So but I think that drives you. That, you know, if you go there thinking, oh, I'm going to come last, then you know what, you probably will. Go there thinking,
totally agree, Emily.
Yeah, you know, and I think that always helps. It always helps to think, I want to win this, and I'm going to win this. And there's some fabulous dancers out there now. And honestly, you know, I'm an old man, so they're all young with the
well, allegedly 54 now.
23 and a half.
Awesome.
So will you guys be competing together at all in the future, assuming, you know, when we finally do get back on the social dance floor?
I'm kind of having a little bit of a break from dancing, so I'm I've just qualified as a primary school teacher. So at the moment,
Oh, congratulations!
But at the moment, my career is very, very hard, especially with the current climate, the current pandemic. So, me trying to keep my profession is like the most important thing at the moment.
That's got to be pretty challenging times at the moment for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard. It is lots of endless sleepless nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I think right before COVID, I was working with a group of a contemporary group going from 8 years old to my age. And we were just about to perform, and then this whole thing came down. So I've been focusing on my contemporary more. I'm gonna be doing the virtual Southwest Ceroc Champs with Emily Dry. So obviously we live together, me and Emily, so that makes it slightly easier. So we're working on something at the moment. I'm really looking forward to getting back to competing. I think I'd love to make 20 years. I'd really love to make 20 years. I think Jenny and Lindsay are probably the sort of same, we've probably danced in the same time. I think Jenny's probably danced longer than me, and I guess Lindsay probably has as well. So if I can make 20, I'd be super, super chuffed.
Remind me when you started?
2003, I think he said. Memory serves.
2003?
2003.
Few years, not long, a few years to go then.
No. Like I say, I think 2019 was amazing for Emily and I. We did really, really well in 2019. Super chuffed with what we achieved. Watch this space. I'm definitely not finished yet.
Fabulous. Onwards and upwards.
Absolutely. Well, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on with us this week. Thank you so much for coming on. A lot of great information out there. Great to get to know you guys at the level you're at. So, as we say, during the month of the champions, it's all about the champs, and we've got this fantastic couple who do showcase and so forth. So hopefully you guys have picked up a few handy hints. Some great advice given out there as well. So there you go. Give it a go, basically. That's the key message. Give it a go. Get involved. And I'm sure in the near future, you'll be able to do so again. You can do now. Remember, the Virtual Champs is up and running. Yeah. So if you want to, slip it in there, Virtual Champs is the way to go. So basically, it just leaves it for again. If there's a few questions that we've missed or comes up in the notes, these guys are online as well. They might see them. They might respond to you and directly. So by all means, if we've missed a question or two, they might come on and finish those up. Don't forget, we will post the YouTube link for everybody to have a look at their leisure and watch them in action. So it just leaves it for us to say thank you so much for coming on the show. Technical issues aside, as always, we don't care. It's been an absolute joy to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Cool. Say bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Right. I'm going to switch to us so I can say goodbye to them. So, whilst Jules is nattering...
Oh, you want me to talk? Okay, so we've still got a little bit left. We've got the intermediate class coming up in a minute. And I'm going to say an extra thank you to Heidi this week because it's Heidi's birthday tomorrow. We were talking about doing the intermediate class live today. And right at the last minute, I went, I'm feeling too rough. I can't handle that as well. So apologies to Heidi for that one. I've kind of pulled the plug on the live. So you have got a recorded class. But a big thank you to Heidi for all the help she's given us over the last few months, and a lovely, lovely birthday I hope you have tomorrow. Pete, are you good to? Oh, what's that? That's Heidi. Great interview. Looking forward to watching the routine in full without Pete's musical accompaniment. Yes, I completely agree, Heidi. I had no idea he was going to start singing. It's it ain't your birthday. I played the beer fridge.
It ain't your birthday till tomorrow. Go and make me a sandwich or something.
Till midnight, and then it technically will be.
I'm hungry. Make me some food.
Oh, you need a snack for that one.
I'm taking
Right, do you
advantage
wanna,
of it.
Are we straight into the class? Have we got anything beforehand?
We were going to do the teaser answer, actually.
Yeah, let's
we're
do
going to do the teaser.
Anybody managed to get the teaser yet? Has anybody solved it? If you have solved the teaser, pop your answers in the comments. We'll have a little race to the answer. So the teaser this week was bold lube root. Bold lube root. I can hardly say that. So I haven't seen anybody posting that they've got it. So this may be another one that we have to roll over and give you a little bit of extra time for. I'm going to keep gibbering at you to give you another.
That's okay. I'll tell you what. Whilst that's doing that, oh no, you're right. Hold on. Go back.
There we go. Go back.
Who was that? That was. Oh no, I clicked on the wrong one. It wasn't Katie Gunnell. I do apologise. It was Robert Daniel MacDonald.
There we go.
Was lightning fast.
So, double trouble was the answer. Robert Daniel MacDonald was the first to get there. We have a few other people that got there as well. So well done if you got that one.
Yeah, Katie got there, but it went so fast. I clicked and it missed. There you go.
It was so quick between the two of you. It could have been either of you.
It could have been either of you.
So well done, guys, for getting that one.
Congratulations.
Were you going to do the caption update again?
I was just going to do a very quick update. Votes are coming in thick and fast. It's a lot closer than normal. But the captions were, for those of you new, the link is posted, pinned, I should say, in the notes, in the comments. The beer fridge is telling me to open it, and these were your three. Okay, I can give you a little update of where we are. Here we go. He says, ta-da! So currently in the lead we have Andrew Nash with 48.4%. Remember, this is live, so if anybody puts a vote in now, that could change right before your very eyes. So we'll give it a couple more minutes. Actually, we'll give it till after the class before we get the final result. But that's what we're at the moment. So it's all looking good. So Coolio, I'm just gonna come. Right. Okay, yes, Shine's class. Yes, as Jill said, not Shine's class, intermediate class. As Jill said, do you know what? I had an idea. I said, let's film it anyway, because it'll come in handy for us to post it as a regular thing, but we'll do it live tonight. And then she's going like, no, I don't feel well. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, so anyway, this is the intermediate class. Enjoy. I'm going to have a little breakout myself, and we will see you shortly.
Hello! So we're back again for yet another intermediate class. It's getting to be a habit. So we're going to start off today with a swizzle. So both hands, swizzle and mambo, I should say. So both hands, give a little nudge, and we're going to step back away from each other. So you guys are going to pull the lady towards you, raising the left hand up to the left shoulder, flat hand, palm to palm, like you would for a spot turn, but you're keeping hold with your other hand, so keep hold with the right hand. From here, that's it, like that. From here, you're going to push the left hand out to the side, over the lady's head to turn her on the spot, folding the lady's arm behind her back, like so. So you want to make sure your right hand is nice and low. If you raise it up, it's really hard for the ladies to twist the arm behind the back, so keeping that right hand nice and low. So once you're there, you can lower the left hand in front of you, so it's like a little bar across in front of your chest. In this position, we should be slightly offset, so you shouldn't have anybody in front of you. So we're going to mambo. So it doesn't really matter which foot you step on because your feet are offset, but usually it's guys' left foot, ladies' right foot for a mambo. So we're going to step towards the ladies for a mambo, towards the guys for a mambo, and one more time towards the ladies for a third mambo. So we're going to do 3. From here, we're going to unwind the lady on the spot. So guys are bringing the hand between you to unwind, and then lower both hands to step back. So it's your left hand that comes between to unwind. Okay, so let's do that again. So stepping back and raise the left hand up to the left shoulder. Right hand stays nice and low. Take the hand out to the side over the lady's head, to turn the lady on the spot. So if you see what Pete did, he just took a step slightly to the side to help Heidi out a little bit. So he's moved out of the way rather than trying to get her to turn and move. It's much more chivalrous if you can adjust your position to help the ladies out. Okay, so once we're here, guys, you're using the arm in front of you to kind of lead this push and pull. Also the hand that's behind the lady's back, your hand's kind of on her hip. So you're using that to push and pull to lead the mambo. So here we go. So we step towards the ladies and towards the guys and towards the ladies. And bring your left hand through. Again, keeping the right hand low as you unwind the ladies and then stepping back. So we're going to keep hold with both hands for the next move. All right, so let's do that one final time. We'll do it a little bit faster this time. So here we go. So stepping back, step in, flat hand at the shoulder, turn the ladies into the swizzle and mambo, 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 unwind, and back. Excellent. So you might have seen that time. Now we're doing it at speed. Heidi travelled a little bit and Pete moved with her. So that's a great example of that what I was saying about chivalry, and you adjust your position to help the ladies out. It's really difficult, particularly if you're dancing on carpet, for the ladies to be spinning on the spot. So guys, be aware of that and help the ladies out a little bit. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next move. So the next move is he's fiddling with his microphone now. Are you happy with it now? So the next one is our basic changing places. So starting with both hands again, like we did with the previous moves, give a little nudge and step back. Now guys, you know this is coming, the ladies don't, so it's up to you. If you see what Pete's done, he's already moved slightly to the side as he stepped back. There we go. Ta-da. So from here, you're going to step past your partner. So Pete's moved to his left-hand side. You're going to step past your partner. So if you look at where their feet are, they've stepped right past each other. They're not level. They're right the way past. Ta-da. So that means that you've got the space then to pivot. So you're going to pivot, guys, on the spot. And because you're holding on with both hands, that should cause the ladies to pivot as well. And then we're going to step back away from each other. Heidi's doing a beautiful ronde. I'll come to the ronde in a minute. So then we're going to do that again. So we step past each other. That's it. So stepping with your right foot. So your right foot steps past each other and you put your weight on your right and you pivot all the way around to face each other and then step away again. All right, so let's have a little talk about that ronde that Heidi's doing. If you've watched the Shines class, you'll know now how to do that footwork. So the idea with the ronde, we do it together, guys, and then I'll talk them through the ronde as we go. So you step back. As you step past, you place your weight onto that right foot and you use your left foot to draw a little circle as you pivot. So you draw that little circle, ronde round, and bring your feet back together. Oh, have you? I don't know. I don't think you can hear what Heidi's just said. Heidi said she's been rondeing on the right foot, not the left foot. That's fine. If it works, it works. I'll let you get away with that. So the idea, it's your own unique style, Heidi. We'll go with that. It's a new move. I'll be nicking that and teaching that next week. So let's try that again. So stepping back. She's got the giggles now. Stepping past. And then you draw the circle as you pivot. That's it, all the way around, and then step back away from your partner. Okay, so the first two of these are just stepping past your partner like we've just done. The third time you step past your partner, it's slightly different. So as we step in, guys, you're going to raise your left hand up to your left shoulder, a bit like we did with the swizzle. You're going to take the hand behind the lady. So you're going out and behind the lady's head to turn her. You're letting go with the other hand. So that happens as you're pivoting and changing places. Yeah. So you pivot, change places, the lady turns all in one fell swoop. We lower the hand and step back, and then you need to do a return on the spot to finish that off. That's it. That's to help the ladies to not be so dizzy. She's done several turns in the same direction. All right, let's try that again. So stepping back. So two basic change of places to start off with. So we step past, with or without a ronde, depends how much space you've got. Don't kick your radiators if you haven't got much room, or your wall or the dog or whatever. The third time you raise the hand, you turn the lady and then return the lady to unwind and help her so she doesn't get too dizzy. Now, something that quite often happens that when you're doing the third one, sometimes the guy's trying to bring the hand between you and your partner. It doesn't. It goes out to the side and behind the ladies. So can I get you to show that one more time? So that third part of the move. So if you step back and step in left hand and hold it there. So the hand goes out and behind Heidi's head. Can I get you to show them doing it wrong? Yeah, so you step back. The hand comes up to the shoulder. That's it. So that's more like a travelling return. So we're not doing a travelling return. It goes to the outside of the lady's head, just in case you're struggling with that. All right. Okay. So let's try the whole move one more time. So we step back, step past, and ronde, whichever foot Heidi prefers. There we go. And the third time, take the hand behind the head, turn and return. Lovely. All right. Okay, so let's move on to our third and final move. So we're going to do a high first walk. So we did a high first Colombian last week. There's a little bit of a similarity in the start of this. So we're going to step back away from each other, stepping in, collecting like a high first, and you're going to twist the lady. Now, as she twists, guys, you're going to pivot with her, but instead of stepping through the centre like we did for the Colombian, can you just show them what I mean, Pete? So step, your foot comes through the centre. So last week we did the Colombian where you step through. If you look at Pete's, sorry, wobble, look at Pete's footwork. You see they're offset to each other. Yeah, that's what we did last week. So that's how there we go. So there's nobody in front of each other for the Colombian setup. To get into this one, you do want to step in front of the lady. So as she pivots, you pivot and you step into the space. So there we go. So if you look at their feet, you see the difference between that. Oh, that looked like an actual headbutt. You're right. Should get danger money for this. So if you can see, as the lady steps back on the right, you're stepping forward into the space she's created with your left foot. Okay, so using your frame, so you don't need to think about doing anything to lead this. As long as your frame is solid, your body movement will naturally lead this. So guys are going to take 3 steps backwards. So here we go. We're going to step back. 1, 2, and 3. So then give a little bit of resistance and a bit of pressure through your frame so she knows you're stopping. And then using that frame, arm wrestling going on now. Using that frame, you're going to walk again towards the ladies for 3 steps. Here we go. And a 1, a 2, and a 3. Lovely. So to come out of this, it's like a high first. So guys are going to step back, opening up the left shoulder, clearing the pathway, raise the left hand so the lady can walk under, and then return the hand. That's it. So the lady gets unwound at the end. All right, okay. Can I get you to swap sides and we'll do it this other way around just to give them a different view of this one? So here we go. So guys, left, ladies, right, stepping back. Collect into a high first. Pivot the ladies, follow her and step towards her. And here we go. We're going straight for the walk. Walk back. A 1, a 2, and 3. Using your frame, a little bit of resistance so she knows she's stopping. And then walk towards the ladies again. 1, 2, 3, opening up the left shoulder, raising that left hand so the lady can walk under, and then a return to finish the move. And beautifully done. Okay, lovely, lovely. Let's link them all together. So we started, can I get you the other way round for this? How we're linking. That's it, pop Heidi by the door, there we go. So we started with our swizzle. So both hands stepping back, raise the left hand, and swizzle the lady, and we're going into the mambo. So 1, 2, and 3 for the mambos, and then unwind the lady on the spot, and we're going in for our basic changing places. So we step past, pivot, and away, with or without a ronde, and step past, pivot, and away, and the third time you raise that left hand, turn the lady, return, and we're ready for our high first walk. So collect the lady, pivot, follow her, and then walk. 1, 2, 3, and reverse. 1, 2, 3, high first exit. Raise the hand, turn, and return to finish. Beautiful. I think we're ready for some music. So starting with our swizzle and into the mambo. Unwind the ladies, and we're into our basic changing places. So 2, change of place. Third time you raise the hand, turn the lady, and a little return before we go into our high first and walk. So following the ladies into that pivot, walk them back, and then high first exit with a little return, and jobs are good. Lovely. Okay, fantastic. Obligatory boogie. Okay, guys, hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you can see how the Shines footwork fits in with what we've just taught you in the intermediate class. Have a little go at that, and take care, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Ta-da! I was headbutting my way through that class.
I've gone a bit see-through.
You've gone a bit see-through. Okay. Britta's saying that's my move. What, the headbutting move? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Let's have a look. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's weird. Your green screen's never brilliant. As well, you know, it is only a bit of
pair of green curtains. It's not a proper green screen.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Andrew, dear boy. Thank you. Always appreciated.
Right.
Crikey.
That's the end of the evening.
It's almost the end of the evening. Absolutely. So, oh, bless her. Great routine. Wish we were in class now so you could lead it. Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
thanks,
Well, there you go. Yeah, Heidi. I don't know. You keep a straight face teaching us sometimes, Jill.
Years of practice teaching with Pete, I think.
Absolutely, as a practice. So the only things left up to do now is the caption competition and the Zoom. So let's go to the caption. So this was the current caption competition of the week, and these are your choices. And voting has finished. I've stopped it. We've had a huge impact tonight, which is fantastic. And here are the results, if I can remember which bit to click on. On that. Oh, that's the other bit. Caption results. There we go. So here we go. Andrew Nash.
Woo!
Andrew Nash stormed out there. So he technically, Mr. Andrew Nash, let's find him. You are our winning caption. Ta-da! Lisa is thinking, I hope that's a chocolate bar in his pocket. Well, yeah. Lisa could melt my chocolate bar.
Oh,
I'm stopping now. Let's move on. Let's go to next week's caption competition, and we have someone interesting for you.
So you may recognise these two lovely ladies who came and chatted to us earlier. We have the lovely Lynn and Natalie. So there we go. That's your caption competition. It's a competition caption competition. This week, so post your comments. We'll put it up on the Ceroc Plus Fleet page, and we'll link to it in the group so that you'll see all of the comments. And whilst I'm on that note, if you want to have a look at last week's captions, they are also up on the Ceroc Plus Fleet page. We only pick 3 of them for you to vote for, so all of the rest of the comments are there. They're very entertaining. Maria's just, there's about 1 million from Maria this week, so go and check them out. Go and have a giggle at those, and please go and comment and put your captions in for these girlies for this week.
Yes, absolutely. And yes, also yes, you're right, Gail. Well done, Andrew Nash. That was good. Basically, very quickly, I'm going to talk to you about the after show party. Our after show party, chat and choose. Believe it or not, literally a moment ago, I have posted the link. We will pin it to the top of the page as soon as the show finishes for you. And my good colleague, Kev, I'm sure will be in there momentarily, and he will welcome you. Basically, we just get a load of people in, we have a natter, chat about the show, how it's gone, blah, 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 catch up with everybody. And what's working quite nicely at the moment is I'm just playing some tunes, nice and low, in the background. Kev does the same thing when we start. I might just let Kev just do the whole thing tonight, and then I can bugger off. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But everyone's welcome. Do join us. Basically, that's about it. Sorry, I just saw that.
I was just looking. That's exactly what I was looking at then.
Well, you're tempting fate, Natalie. Based on some of the comments that have come in the past.
Yeah.
I've changed alcohol, by the way, because I've run out of one. I'm now on the other. I'm now on the green bottles. Yes.
See-through beer.
Yes. I've only got to get up and make breakfast for someone in the morning. Lying, absolute lying. Basically, I think it just comes down to this. We'd just like to say thank you ever so much to all our guests that came on the show this evening.
All coming on and chatting to us.
Absolutely.
I enjoyed those interviews tonight. They were fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We are, one of the things that we're trying to do to progress the show a little bit is do more and more live chat and interviews with people, let you guys get involved and ask questions and so forth.
Loving the comments from you guys and the questions. Keep them coming.
Yeah, we have hopefully a couple of people. We've got a couple of people in the pipeline with champions. There are 2 interviews I know that are pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Which purely because
you kind of had
so
to because it's
many
such a huge group.
It was such a huge group. One of them was a big group. But they're coming. We've got a couple of cabaret teams coming in the future, and they were fantastic. They were really fun interviews. Needless to say, a lot of heavy editing will be occurring for legal reasons more than anything. But we hope you've had a great night. I can't believe we're running almost 2 hours now.
Almost 2 hours, yeah. First started the show, we said if we can get a good 40-45 minutes, that would be great. Keep it under the hour. 3 months, 4 months later, we were like 2 hours, whatever.
4 months we've been doing this. Good God. No, but we're enjoying it. We're loving it. We hope you are too. It's I'm very chilled now. I'm on plenty of beers now. Come and join us in the Zoom session. Oh, Kev's already in. I'm going to admit him. Give him so he can take over and make him host. We'd love to see you there. No.
Britta, I've spotted you. You've put caption comment. Put my teeth back in. Caption comment. Make sure you put it on the page as well, so we see it. Otherwise, I'll forget it that it's there, and we won't. It won't get entered. So pop your comment.
This is my favourite one. Michelle's just posted this. No, don't edit.
Don't edit the interview.
I'm just going to make Kev the host now because he's looking at me from the side. Make host. There we go. It's all down to you now, Kev, mate. So yes, we're up and running. I've remembered credits as well. I've remembered credits. God, I'm on a flyer this week, aren't I? So we'll see you this time next week. Take care. Be safe. Have fun. Anything you want to say before I hit the button? Bye.